welcome back to Lucky Star, where everything is exactly as we expected. School life, conversation between friends. It's as nonsensical and insulting as I remember it. But whether you're here for life advice, schooling advice, or just seeing some grown men being beaten in fighting games, sit down, get yourself a drink. Let's watch another episode. I guess we're gonna have to start. I still question why any of them actually, why half of them decided to go along with that intro and doing the dance. And yes, I've been shown the videos of the... can't remember what they're actually, but the guys doing these dances, this intro. It's fun. And considering how it is slowly extending on other characters, are we going to actually have conversations with the other class members? Or are they just kind of superfluous background noise? If I think about it, I wonder how many of the people I went to school with I actually remember. That's me throughout almost all of my English classes. No wonder I could speak English. That wasn't the question. That's actually useful. Unfortunately, I don't believe there was any crossover like that where we could just borrow books. At least not with people I knew. Yep, so you're not going to forget them. It was clever. And she says it with such confidence and certainty in herself. She just didn't do it. That could be a case as well. Oh no. It's my life all over again. It'll feel bad. You'll feel bad. Because you'll know you'll just get it. Not late, not asleep. You see, there's an injured old woman in the middle of the street. You had to help her up, take her to hospital. You know, sometimes the less details, the better. After I logged off. That's why you keep your school life and whatnot separate. What a strange turn of events to have. Just do it. Tell her exactly what you think. And she'll know that she's not lying when she actually just doesn't try to expand on it. That's part of the problem with her. There we go. With her constant excuses of being late and not trying to go to classes. Huh. It really depends on, I guess, how many of us are now thinking, how do we breathe? If there are any, like, virologists, can you confirm? Completely lethargic due to excess heat. The thing about that is, at least they have aircon in Japan. If it's for baked goods, now imagine if they had remembered one of them and not the other. And what did you get? They're not matching bags. But why though? And what's the other one then? Is there a favourite here? So she was trying to sneakily get her friends to dress up in their cosplay. You gotta admire her ambition. Oh. So it's a roulette. It depends if you feel sick afterwards, it might be. How? You know, growing up, there was never really too much consideration, because if there was a fight starting to kick off, then you get very quickly settled, otherwise no one gets any fucking cake. Strawberry envy. I mean, her voice is that she's kind of good at impressions, maybe. He's going to be intense. Some people are excited. No. You know, everyone gets their own hobbies and things that they like doing. it is nice to see that kind of enthusiasm. How did she get into the high school? Yes, take pride. And if you want to input your own thoughts onto that process, you can join onto my Discord, where that war has been raging since the beginning. I mean, she did memorize all of the quiz questions. I've actually learned a lot more through games and YouTube than I probably did through a lot of my, well, certain lessons at least. Yeah. And not only that, she'd probably divulge quite a lot more that she's done as well. The general feeling of just wanting to sit back. Of course she is, if by progress you mean not even started. You have to... She's going to start playing with those on-desk figures, but you have to think she's doing well for actually putting pencil to paper, even if it was for 5 minutes.
No, this is what I did earlier.
So, I'll start recording in half hour. 15 minutes more. Is she now going to voice her displeasure on the forums? But you're sleeping at 2. And she does wake up at 5. Unfortunately, it's the next day. She has such a troublesome life, doesn't she? Oh. I have struggled to get any of my family interested in anime or manga at all. She seems fine. Is this the first they're hearing of it? I'm surprised that this is like the first time that they know about it. What's that horribly lifelike rendition? Is she horribly over modest? You'll have to put it to the test. If she lives by herself, then yeah. Exactly, you can go out to eat. I mean, she's not a gourmet, but slacking off just as others in their group. She's actually a lot more busy than she looks. I'd go with super spicy ramen, yeah. Yep, she doesn't really activate her brain before she opens her mouth. I mean, you have a pool, but you don't have swimming. When I was in middle school, we had swimming classes, but we had to travel on a bus for an hour to get there. So that was quite stupid. So much time was wasted. Does she actually get that kind of feeling for doing well in the festivals and work? What's with the ballsack bear? And next thing she knows, it's time to wake up. I do like this like sounds of like cars outside. That's exactly what I hear out my windows. In Japan, it is a lot of being respectful of other people, not causing issues for any of them. If only that same degree of respect worked over here. The stress diet. The safest way to lose weight. With the scales lying. Okay. I couldn't quite tell, was that meant to be a haiku? It's kind of one of the types you can snack forever and not gain weight. We know we're in for a good time when we hear that voice. It's running at 120% when the cameras are on. Oi. I mean, he was introducing himself. Usually we only hear one or two tisks, not... That's a fair amount. I don't think anyone's going to understand the trick from the 8. Yeah, I didn't understand it. Then again, that's not really surprising, is it? Are you really going to go through each and every postcard? Yeah. Long hair's good and fine. Some characters look quite good. It's short hair, though. Do you want to die? She's sitting like a VTuber has done recently. Well, a lot of them, actually. Not in character. She's letting her actual personality shine through there. You'll just have to use your imagination. Yeah, for your own sanity, you may want to quit. This is what you'd call a bad working environment. Huh? She's trying to get... Huh? Are we gonna, like, witness the slow descent into madness and maybe, like, a murder plot later on? Yeah, rather than putting your own little spin on it. So she's going along with the flow and not actually knowing what she's singing. Do I know this? I don't know, there's a few notes which sound familiar, but I don't know. Compared to a lot of other people we've heard attempt singing, especially when it's not a music show. Yeah, these guys do quite good voices. Is the guy going to walk up with snacks and a drink anytime soon? It's usually how it runs. Yeah, and a festival time. Out of the school environment. And honestly, I hope you enjoyed that latest episode of Lucky Star. With all of its procrastination. Actually, that seems to be like 75% of the show so far. And one thing during that episode that I did learn, and kind of wish my high school life was more closer to it, that teacher was almost one of us, staying up late playing games. It's also a good way to be caught out, just like she was. Oh, I see you continued playing after we left. I think my brother's done the same thing. I've got to go. I've got a busy day tomorrow. Oh, really? 4 hours later, you're still playing Rainbow Six Siege. But as it was all winding down, that lucky show Star probably has to be somewhat careful if she doesn't want to get caught out with her own displeasure at her co-host. And I've got to keep an eye out for him to be wondering about the backgrounds or having any minor speaking roles. But I'm finding it kind of hard to talk about Lucky Star because it's not really like situational comedy or punchline, like lead up and punchline, because it's just my life. It's one big joke. And so really, if you enjoyed this and want to boost my self-esteem a little, let me know down below. You can leave a like on the video if you really did enjoy, maybe even a comment. And if you want to make sure not to miss out in the future, maybe even consider subscribing. You get to see more episodes, and I get the acknowledgement that there are people out there who actually want to see it. But for now though, get some rest. 3 hours, 8 hours, an entire day. Just remember to get up, and I'll see you in the next one. And knowing certain hair care routines is quite useful. Unfortunately, I cut off my luscious mane quite a while ago. But I need to thank my patrons that are Sal, Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Jennifer Rojas, Big Boy Girly, Kite, Saltytron, Rasmus Paulson, Tanu123, Dark Shadow 7899, Cardboard, Maurizio Lozano, and everyone else. Because they are the conditioner to the unmanageable hair that is my channel.